What's up everyone, Maximilian here, and welcome back to another Call of Duty video featuring Black Ops. Now, I wanted to talk about something in this one, and I'm actually going to be making a lot more Call of Duty videos from this point forward, because when I go back and I played Call of Duty, it's been quite some time since I jumped into these games, and it takes me a little bit of adjustment period, and that's what you're going to see in these videos, is that going back into Call of Duty and trying to, you know, get back to my higher kill-death ratio games and remembering how to play the maps and how people play it. It takes some time. It's just as much as a fighting game, and it takes a little bit of adjustment. But what I wanted to talk about is that I kind of want to start playing these games a little bit more and making some more of these commentaries. So if you guys enjoy this stuff where you like hearing me talk about some kind of general topics, I'm going to be adding it to some Call of Duty gameplay in the background. But don't worry, I'll also be doing the same thing for some other games like Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and things like that. So stick around to the channel. You'll be seeing a lot more of that every once in a while. So what I wanted to talk about quickly here, while the dude just got straight dropped on, is going to be the topic of which Call of Duty did I like the best. Now, since a lot of these videos I like to ask for the impressions of folks and people watching a lot of the time, and it's about the community and everybody like watching the video to get into a conversation with everybody else, because I like making videos that make people think, whether it's like, you know, about video games or whatnot or anything like that, whether it's Call of Duty based. I like people to consider the future and consider things that could be possible in the next Call of Duty, or, you know, how they play the game actively right now. So, but these are going to be, like I was saying, a bit different, and we're just going to talk about some of my impressions of these games, because a lot of the folks that have been watching these videos are like, Max, what do you think about this? Max, what do you think about that? So I'm going to try to address that with some of these videos. But anyway, getting on a tangent. So which Call of Duty do I think was the best? Now, this is kind of a loaded question. Naturally, everyone and almost anyone is in tune to say, yo, COD 4, son. Like, why would you say anything but COD 4? But at the same time, I go back and I play Call of Duty 4, and Call of Duty 4, I think, is one of the more balanced experiences. Now, I say that hesitantly, because there's a lot of stuff in Call of Duty 4 that, as much as people like to proclaim it as being a really balanced experience, it's not. Things like triple frags, things like the M16, the silenced MP5, like, these guns were extremely good, and they were leaps and beyonds better than some of the other weapons. So, but at the same time, you go back and you play it, and it still feels good. There's something about Call of Duty 4 that just feels right. Like, everything falls into place really well. Nothing seems like it's ridiculously outside of your control, and I think it's the simplicity of it. But the downside to the simplicity of it is the fact that with simplicity, geez, look, whoa, God, oh my God, good sir. Guy was running on a rampage. Besides the simplicity of something like Call of Duty 4, you have to consider that Call of Duty changed a lot after 4. Sure, World at War kind of changed things up a little bit by putting in tanks into the mix, and that wasn't essentially the best idea in the world, but it was pretty much Call of Duty 4 and World War II, and I really liked World at War as well. I think that game felt great. But after Modern Warfare 2 came out, things changed drastically, but when Modern Warfare 2 came out, it changed stuff so much that it made Call of Duty a much more exciting and accessible game with, like, death streaks and stuff like that. Granted, there are things in Modern Warfare 2 that I hate to absolute death. Things that I think that, I don't know how someone with a left hemisphere of their brain could even have come to the point of making this design decision in a multiplayer game that is this popular. Now, there's some stuff like that, and I really question these games sometimes, but at the same time, Modern Warfare 2 is so much damn fun that it's ridiculous. Like, if you're actually able to really enjoy certain things about Modern Warfare 2, that game can be a lot of fun. So here's the kind of part where I'm like torn. And Black Ops is a very similar game to Modern Warfare 2. It takes a lot of the same things, a lot of the same style of gameplay, but Black Ops does kind of a better job at controlling things, like as far as the crazy imbalance that the game had with like all the crazy bugs and issues. But MW2 kind of remains to me like this special place in my heart in like these Call of Duty games, because there's a lot of parts about it that are really fun, and there are a lot of parts about it that are really broken. Now, a lot of the times, the most broken of games end up being the most fun, and as weird as that sounds, it's actually kind of true. It applies for some fighting games, like Marvel vs. Capcom 2 ended up being one of the most popular fighting games of all time, and it's literally one of the most broken of them all. And the same thing goes for Modern Warfare 2, in my opinion. Modern Warfare 2's busted. It'll frustrate you to no end. There are things about it that are just plain stupid, but running around with a Spaz shotgun as your primary and just hosing people left and right and taking out entire rooms, decimating teams, is one of the most satisfying things I have done in that game. And getting the nuke and, you know, all these little things really add up for MW2. I'm not saying that MW2 is the best, because I think that all Call of Duties in retrospect, like, and this is the big thing, is you have a perspective now. That's why Black Ops seems so much better now than it was before, because we have the perspective that Modern Warfare 3 came out and messed things up so much, and a lot of the times the newer Call of Duties really end up upsetting a lot of the players. So who knows if that's the case? There's a chance that Black Ops 2 might emerge, and it will be a much more difficult game and more frustrating game than Modern Warfare 2. I hope not. It doesn't look that way, but it might be the case. But to wrap the video up, I'd say my Call of Duty favorite game is probably a tie between Call of Duty 4 and Modern Warfare 2. I'm going to leave it at that. Please leave a comment below letting me know what your favorite Call of Duty game has been so far, whether it's COD 2, an older one, or one of the newer ones. But until then, this has been Maximilian. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.